Hello, hello, lovely ladies. I wanted to get on here and talk to you today about the wisdom, the wealth of wisdom and knowledge and learnings and realizations that are all locked deep within us. I was talking to a beautiful woman the other day, and we were talking about how when you go to coaches or you do courses, you're listening to gurus and doing, events, they will say the answers are within. All the answers you need are within. And for most people, I thought, well, what the fuck does that mean? What do you mean the answers are within? I can't find them. I've been looking and looking and searching. What does that mean? Is everybody else finding them and I can't? Am I broken? Is there something wrong with me? So for a lot of women, personal development right now is doing more damage than good to a lot of women, because they end up in that place where they're saying, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do it? Why can't I access that wealth of wisdom? Why can't I move forward? Why can't I feel that shift, that change, that transformation that everybody else is talking about? You see these events, or you go to coaches, you spend money after money after money, and everyone's saying the same thing. Look, you've got all the answers within you. And you're like, what the hell? I don't get it. And this client that I had last week said exactly the same thing. But in hindsight, we had finished 3 amazing creatrix sessions where she had tapped into that inner wisdom, that wealth of her own knowledge and learnings and realizations that had shifted all of these negative beliefs and patterns and cycles and emotions that had been running her life. Things like believing that she didn't have enough time, so she was also always anxious, always angry because people were holding her up and she didn't have time. She felt dread all day, every day. It was just something that was sitting in the pit of her stomach all the time. She had 57 or 8 or something issues that were all released. And on that 4th session, we did this beautiful finishing closing session. And she said to me, I had heard, I'd had coaches and courses and programs, and I'd heard everyone say the answers are within you, but I never got it. I never knew what that meant, and it really drove me crazy. I did think there was something wrong with me. I thought that I was broken. I thought that it was just me. But now I get it. I feel it. I know it in my core, in my every fiber and cell of my body. I know this information. I know this deep wisdom was all within me, and now it's locked in up here where it needs to be for me to live and do the best I can moving forward with my life. So I guess I wanted to get on here and ask you, have you been struggling to find that? Have you heard it over and over and over again by coaches and courses and therapists and gurus telling you that you have it? The problem is you can't access it. You can't access it at a conscious level, no matter how hard you try. And if you could, then there would be no need for coaches or therapists. We wouldn't have any shit going on, because we'd be able to get the wisdom that we need and just get on with it. We wouldn't need therapists and counsellors and all that, because we'd be able to work through our issues. We wouldn't need all the coaching and the courses and the programs, because we just do what we know we want to do. How many of us, know we create this plan in our head, but then there's just something, and we call it procrastination. But is it something else? Is it a fear of being seen, or fear of getting it wrong, or fear of failure? What about, trusting people? Why don't we just do that? Instead, we've got a fear of being hurt, of being let down, fear of not being good enough, of showing who we really are. It's all of this stuff that we have, all these patterns, all this condition, all of these beliefs, all of these negative, limiting beliefs and emotions that stop us in every area of our life. And all we need is access to that deep wisdom within. And I'm here to tell you that you can. What if I could tell you that there was this vault, this safe, okay, that's stored within the cells of your body, the DNA of you, and it has these wisdoms and learnings and epiphanies that have been left for you by every one of your previous ancestors, your mother, your grandmother, your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, but it's just been locked down within you, suppressed for us women, probably keeping it safe until there's a time when we can step up and own who we are and be everything we want to be. Get rid of the fear, get rid of the worry, get rid of all of the stuff, all the suppression, all of the, we have to, suppress our voice. Can't be seen, can't be heard, can't do what we want because there will be consequences, which has been hundreds and hundreds of generations, ladies, of women who have been suppressed, women who weren't allowed to work. They weren't allowed to be anything other than their father's daughter and then their husband's wife. That's not where we are right now, but that is where some of our generations past ancestors have been. But they've had a lot of emotional baggage which has been stored in our cells. But then they've left a lot of wisdom as well, and it's stored in this vault, this deep, dark, this deep, locked, secure safe. And I have the key. I have the key to open it for women. It's called Creatrix, and it is a deeply beautiful access to your own deepest, highest wisdom. It opens up and it allows that to come from this secure, safe place deep in ourselves to up in here into our mind, in our heart, in our gut. It clears away all the shit that we're currently living with. It clears away the fears, the doubts, the worries, the insecurities. It brings in beautiful learnings of worth. It brings peace and joy and contentment. It makes you feel whole and complete once you have access to all of this wisdom. When you resolve the past, when you reset and restore your blueprint, the way that you were always meant to be without all the patterns and conditioning of the past and then all the life experiences. It seems that our negative weighs so much more than the positive. And that's where a lot of us get stuck. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely women out there that don't get stuck in it, that are happily going along, being successful, being in love and happy and content and whole and complete. But for a lot of women, it's something that they've never felt. I was one. I had decades of feeling less than, feeling not good enough, feeling unworthy, feeling lonely and alone, unhappy, terribly, terribly unhappy. But having and finding this inner love, this inner strength, the courage and wisdom and all of the good stuff, it's changed me. It's brought me back to the person that I was always meant to be and living the life the way that I want to. Of course, it's not always a bed of roses because life can chuck curly ones at you all the time, but you can, whenever you have a moment of struggle, you can go back into that safe and learn something new about whatever the issue is with you at that moment. You have all the learnings, all that you need within you. It's just that you don't have a key. It's locked up, it's kept there safe, and it will be there, and it'll be passed on to the next generation, the next and the next. But if you want to open it, you want to know what's in there, you want to clear the past, you want to resolve all of those painful issues, all the negatives, all the doubts, You know, if you could 10x, 100x what you're currently got in your life by opening up this vault of your own wisdom, of your own highest emotional intelligence. You know, instead of it sitting down in your cells, it's up here in your mind, in your brain, in your heart, in your gut. Your intuition is running full. You know, you've cleared all the rust off it. We've been taught over centuries that it's not good to listen to it, that it doesn't steer us right. So we hear it and then we say, yeah, nah, yeah, maybe. What if I do this? What if I do that? I'll just stick with a safe path. I'll go this way instead of that way. We're not trusting it. We're not trusting ourselves in every area of our life. And the point of this video was, I guess, to let you know that yes, the answers are within, but 99.9% of people can't help you access it. And you cannot get to it at a conscious level. It's just impossible. It's deep, deep down within your soul. But you can open it up and get the learnings and clear out the shit. And stop thinking, what the fuck is everyone else talking about? Why? Stop believing that there's something wrong with you, that you're broken, that you can't do what everybody else is doing. The smile that was on my client's face the other day, the feeling that she had was euphoric. I feel euphoric. It was just so, I can't even explain, but you could see her face, her smile, the eyes telling you that she had lit up from the inside out. She knew who she was. And for some women, they get that for the very first time. They've been so layered, so heavy, so carrying so much weight of the past that it's impossible to know, to really feel that they are who they were always meant to be, better than they've ever felt. And she said, you know, I had heard that saying, I never knew what it meant, and I felt like, what was wrong with me? Why can't I get it? She had heard so many simple tools and processes and formulas and ways to move forward, to do this, to do your affirmations and to journal and to notice your wording and to shift the words to change how you feel, change I can't with I can, and all of these very, very simple, very mainstream and very, very good tools. Don't get me wrong, they are very, very good tools. But she said, I didn't get it. I couldn't do it when I had all of this shit. When I had all of these layers, they were stopping me from having any kind of logic and moving and doing the actions and knowing that I could do that. It was, you know, a place of stuckness. And I know a lot of women say, I feel stuck. And then other women don't quite understand it. They may have another word for what that is for them. But it's you know that you're not feeling content. You're not feeling at peace with who you are. You're not trusting yourself. You're not feeling joy. And I truly do believe there is a difference between joy and happiness, because happiness is fleeting. It is a choice that you make when you get out of bed every day. And life can happen in a moment that you're crying, you're laughing, you're angry, you're frustrated. You know, all of the stuff that goes on in our day-to-day life changes and shifts happiness. But joy is something that sits within, and it helps you to stay the path, to stay where you are. You know, you might fluctuate, but you always come back to here instead of just falling to the floor when things hit, when things go wrong, and you think that it's always me. Why does this happen to me? What's wrong with me? Why am I broken? What's wrong with me? How many women have said that? How many of you have said that to yourself? You've seen or you've heard somebody, or you're talking about different ways. Why can't I do that? You're in a room full of people and everyone's, oh, I get it, it's so good. Oh, God, I'm going to go home, I'm going to do all of this shit. And you get home and you think, oh, everybody else did it. What the fuck's wrong with me? I can guarantee you not everybody else did it. A lot of them felt like you when they got home. Because in that moment, it all makes sense, but there's so much layers of crap that stop you from moving forward at a conscious level. And as far as your affirmations, you could say them for 10 minutes, 10 times a day for the next 10 years, and you will not get the shifts. And that is conscious, hard work. You will not get the shift that you will in opening up that vault and tapping into your own highest emotional intelligence, your wisdom, and it just shifts it. You never have to say affirmations again, unless you want to. Affirmations are conscious, and you're in that moment and I am good enough, I am good enough, I am good enough, I am worthy. And you usually, for a lot, maybe not all, but for a lot, there's a devil on your shoulder saying, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not. There's this internal conflict. There's fighting going on. And it's why you can't get clear and move and shift. Because there's, you've got, I am good enough. No, you're not. I am worthy. No, you're not. I can achieve anything I want. No, you can't. That's why at this conscious level it doesn't quite work. You got to clear that voice, that shit, that negative out of your life. Oh, I hope this made sense. I hope that there's something in here that resonates with you. I hope that we can, it's my deepest passion and wish that women know that they are not broken. There is nothing wrong with you. You're just using the wrong tools. You just haven't had that shift yet because you can't access your own wisdom. And you can't ever do it at a conscious level, no matter how many coaches tell you you can. You can make small, incremental little shifts, yeah, sure. But what if you could go in, one session and it's like you've done 10 years of learning. You do 2 sessions, it's another 10 years of learning, of changing, of shifting. You do your 3rd session, it's like, holy, I know I am worthy of being, of doing, of having whatever the hell I want. And I know I can access that part now with a simple, very amazing tool. Every time I want to come back and learn something more, I do that instead of 10 years of 10 hours of 10 affirmations every single day. Make life can be easier, ladies. It can be so much better. Clearing out the baggage of the past, learning your own deepest wisdom, your growing, expanding, evolving your emotional intelligence. There's nothing like it. And it's really hard to explain the feeling until you've felt it. Until you have felt it and you say, oh my God, this is euphoric. This is amazing. This is wonderful. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. I feel peace. I feel joy. I feel excited and vibrant. Don't we all want to feel like that? What would the world look like if all of us women shed the past and stepped into the future, opened our vault, all the wisdom of all the past, could be who we were always meant to be without the fears, without the doubts, without the insecurities, without the suppression of centuries. Anyway, I'll leave it there. If you want to know more, if you want to hear more about what this is and what it could mean for you and if it is the right tool for you right now, because that is a very important part, message me. Click on the link below. I'll put something somewhere. Get in contact with me. This is your chance to 100x your life, your intelligence, your worthiness, your life. Bye.